Yep, and we're about to arrive in our camper van releasing area, and the brand is DRM, and this is how their warehouse looks like. There's a lot of camper vans, and there's a lot of things to talk about even before the camper van gets released to you. And this is the red book where you bring along all throughout your trip. And right now, we're about to do the checklist, especially on the scratches, the bumps, or anything that's damaged before the camper van is released. As you can see, the camper van has its own holder, and by the way, you can close things up while you're sleeping in the camper van. Yes, that's right. And there's a lot of things to talk about and the features of the camper van. He also showed us where you put in your diesel and your AdBlue additive. And this one right here is where you plug in your power system if you arrive in a camper stop or a campsite. As you can see, need to plug it in. It's not easy. Okay, another important note is to check your propane tanks. This is what I learned. Now that you have to check both if it's complete and full. If you ever wondered where your poo and pee goes all throughout the trip, this is where it goes, and it's about 10 to 15 liters worth of poo and pee. And he was teaching us how to clean it out, especially put water in it, shake it out, and then after you clean it 3 times, you put a disinfectant inside it, and you put it back in, and you're ready to go and use it again. This one right here is actually what you call a garage. This is where we put our golf sets and all the things that we don't use all throughout the trip, or we only use sometimes. Okay, and by the way, the camper van also has an awning where when you want to stop in a campsite and you want to set up table, and this is how he was actually teaching us how to open it, putting it down and put it back in. So you might be wondering how the camper van has water inside it. This is the hose what you use to put in 200 to 250 liters worth of water inside your camper van. And I'm gonna bring you inside. Look at that, there's an enclosure and a screen door to protect you from the insects. Oh, look at this. This is how the camper actually looks like inside. This is the electronic controller of the camper van. As you can see, he turned on the battery mode and the lights. He's showing us some of the switches, and also turned on the water pump for the water to be used in our sinks and our shower. Right now, he's showing that there's 33% water in the gray and also 66% clean water. He also reminded us that there are 3 ways to power the camper van. 1, the engine. 2nd, the battery. And then 3rd, the electric supply. This is also the heating controller, and it controls the water heater and the room temperature heater. You can set the temperature at economy, medium, and high. He also showed us how to use the gas range and what not to do with it, and also the tables, how you keep it and turn it into a bed at night. This is where me and Tobias actually sleep, and look at how nice it's made, and you can bring it back again into a seating for 4. The other side also, which is seating for 2, can actually be turned into a small day bed. Look at it, all the windows actually has covers, and if you want air going in your camper van, you can open the top. Look at that refrigerator and freezer. It actually is powered 3 ways. Number 1, the engine. Number 2, the propane. Number 3, you can actually power it using the electricity. Oh, look at this. This is one of the most important part of the camper van, which is the restroom. He is showing us how to operate the toilet seat, where you flush it using the lever and putting in a little bit of water. This foldable door leads us to the shower room. A little shower room, but a lot of difference. And that's it for our 1 hour 30-minute camper van orientation. Our first stop was in a grocery store. The kids were hungry and we needed to stack up on the groceries even before we put in the things inside the camper van. Look at this camper van. The size of the camper van is 2.5 meters width and 3 meters height and a length of 7 meters. So right now we're unpacking our stuff and putting it in the garage. You can see the kids are helping out unpacking and making sure that nothing is left behind, as we are going to leave the bags in the office of the DRM. Alright, we're done packing and we are ready to go. This is my first time to drive around Europe. Don't worry, it's left-hand drive and I've driven around America as well. See, it's almost all the same except that there's a lot of roundabouts. Nina has prepared all my paperwork and AAP licenses and every single bit of insurance that's needed for this trip. Pray for us and we will enjoy this trip.